Hi there and welcome back to episode 3 of Oxygen Not Included with me, Scruffy Joe, on the Scruffy Joe channel. Today we are going to be taking stock for about 5 minutes and then rushing on in and realising that everyone's going to die unless we fix whatever we realise is wrong. So with that in mind, I'm going to unpause the game and we will see what we have got going on. It is night time at the moment, so I've got a few minutes to sort of worry about everything. Let's just go oxygen. Right, so we're running low on air. We've got some areas of badness. Red is bad. That's a problem. This is producing air, but it's not really flowing very well, so that's a problem. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2... we're eating mud. That is a problem. We are literally getting dirt, adding water to it, and eating it. Now that's not making people very happy. They're okay, they can live with it, but it's still a bit of a problem. Problem number 3, everyone is getting a bit grimy and awful feeling because we don't have any showers. We can't get any showers till we've fixed plumbing. Plumbing is going to take a bit of time, quite a lot of copper, and all sorts of other stuff. So I think what we need to do is we need to let all this carbon dioxide out and improve the amount of living space we have, and probably put down another source of oxygen. We can dig out all of this algae which we can use for that oxygen. So, bearing that in mind, what's the best way to deal with this water situation that we have here? Probably like this. A couple like that. We will allow this to flow nicely away, like so. That will flow into this nice pool, which is great. It's just a spare pool. One other thing I realised I haven't done yesterday, which I really need to do, is this. Because if anyone wets themselves along here, this all becomes polluted water. And if we start using polluted water to make our food, well, you know what that's like. We've all been there, right? We've all sat there, middle of the night, sweating. Weirdly cold. Let's not go into any further details. No one's composting anything. What's going on here? Right, so we'll just get him to deal with that. Then we're going to build some rooms. We're going to need an additional bedroom because we've got an extra bloke we can bring in. Maybe that can go up there. Now you see what I'm already doing is I'm diverting from what I said I was going to do. Dig that and then you'll be able to climb down this ladder. I don't know what he's playing at. Here we go. Come on, lad. You're nearly there. There he goes. Look at that. Well done, Minky. Minky, who is actually a girl cat. So, not really sure why we've named this chat after Minky, but never mind. I'm an equal opportunist gamer. You can call yourself whatever you like as far as I'm concerned. Not going to bother me one way or the other. Going to bother him though, or rather her. Not going to, yeah. So yeah, on the topic of air, what are we researching right now? Ventilation, right, okay, we're doing the right thing. Ventilation. Cheers. Down here. Leads on to airflow tiles, which is the type we need. So we're just going to do both of those. We're basically not going to... Wednesday, good old Wednesday here, going to have to just stay there for as long as possible, working away to get that science done. Aha! Success! Now the game sometimes does this. A bit weird. It doesn't like to flow water through a space of one tile. It kind of does this surface tension type thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's realistic. It's just annoying. Meanwhile, they're not doing this very quickly because when they come over here they can't breathe. So that's a slight problem, but it's getting done. Need them to line it all before I can start getting rid of my dirty water. I need to set this not to all liquid, because we don't want all liquid, we just want polluted liquid. Thing is, now I've just switched that on, that's silly. Switch that on. Don't do that. Because we don't want them to start doing that yet, because we don't want them to have to then crawl through a small a wee dungeon. No one wants that. No one wants that in their life. So this is cycle 7, we're halfway through cycle 7, we can bring out another dude. Like I say, I haven't got anywhere to put another dude. Also, I've just realised we're running out of food. We've got 2 days of food, okay. Tomorrow we need to worry about food. Never going to build that. I'm just sort of drawing lines on a few things. They won't build that until I knock out this bit of roof and let them through. Oops. Oh dear. That was terrible drawing. There we go. Okay. So, over here we're going to need... I think in this central section here... Just slightly problematic actually, because of this. Right. Let's have a bit of a tidy up. Let's get rid of this ladder. We don't need that ladder there. What we actually need is this ladder here. Like that. And then let's also get rid of this tile here, and then they can go up the ladder, hop onto there, hop onto there, and hop down, and it'll still be safe. And that means that I can just do this, there, then... Yeah, that's still awkward. Maybe a better thing to do, here's using my brain, I dig those out, the water level will go down a bit and I can get rid of this tile as well, and then we can have a straight roof across here. Sorted. Don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Yeah, doink, and donk. It all just gradually dribbles away. We need somebody to dig that one out, and then this should be fine just to knock that one on the head. Letting them get on with things really, because... Okay, nearly there, that's nearly done. The early part of this game is kind of... feels like a bit of a race in places, and then in other moments you're sort of sitting there looking at the screen going, well, I've given them all jobs to do, why aren't they doing anything? Oh, we've done ventilation number 1, good. Now we need ventilation number 2. We can have fun with gas pipes at some point in the future. Probably quite a way in the future, once we've mined all the coal and set up all various other bits and bobs. There's a lot of stuff coming here, so you know, I realise this isn't the greatest opening, but we're going to get there, stick with us. What time is it? Okay. Finish. Really like to tidy up all of this wee. We can achieve one thing today. It'll be tidying up all the wee. Which is something I never thought I would ever say, especially not to YouTubers, to people watching this video. There's never been a point in my life where I thought I would end up spending my time talking about how to dispose of urine in a computer game. It just, you know, that's the part of the genius of the game, I suppose. You're literally standing there dying because you can't breathe. Just run somewhere else. Crazy. What I would like to do is turn this into a nice little dining area where the guys can come and just sit down and relax at the end of the day, because that really helps cheer them up, and we want them to be cheery because it's quite near the end of the day. Look, they're going and finding random fruit. This is desperately means I need to turn on this food making machine again. Let's get that sorted out for tomorrow. Done. It's the end of cycle 7. They're gonna go to sleep. It's going about their business, literally. Oh dear. Oh. I mean, he's standing in the perfect place to be ill. That's good. Wash your hands. Well done. Have we got air in the bedroom? Sort of. Oof. Yeah, what we really need is to finish these ventilation tiles, but I think in the meantime I am going to solve all of these problems by simply putting another one of these maybe up here. Let's put like that, and let's get it wired up. Like that. And let's prioritise that. Today I've put myself down here in the middle so you can see all of the buttons. I didn't realise for the first 2 days I was going on about the mopping tool and how we're going to have to mop up everyone's nasty puddles. You couldn't even see it because my face was directly in the way. So there you go. So yeah, down here we have sub priority, and we will just go make that a 7. Make these wires, please. And that one, and that one, and we'll leave that like that. When people get up there, we'll sort that out. That will fix this, make this disappear, which is what we want. Wednesday is still, like an absolute trooper, pursuing the ends of this nasty issue of not having any airflow anywhere. Right, what's going on? One person working. 2 people working, 1 person delivering things. What are you doing? Power? Someone needs to do power. Where are you going? Oh, copper. They really don't like getting wet feet, do they? Back in the old days, when this game was young, they didn't really used to care about getting wet feet. Nobody had invented it by that stage. Wet feet did not used to be a thing. What's going on there? These guys didn't used to produce eggs either. That's also new. Okay, we've run out of power, so everyone stop doing things because I set the high priorities of sort all this stuff out. It's quite nice in a way when you run out of power because everyone stops doing their job. Sorted. Right, somebody go and put some algae in that, and then somebody needs to get in here and turn the generator crank. That gonna make that go down enough? Donk. Looks pretty good to me. Right, so we can deconstruct that, which will allow us to then build a proper wall along there. We can dig this out. We're not going to need a ladder there. So we'll deconstruct that ladder, we don't need that. Okay, we are now producing air up top. So that's going to spread and everything's going to be good. I think we need an extra person. And when you need an extra person, that also means you end up needing an extra bed. And for the time being, that doesn't really matter where we make them sleep, so let's just get a new person. Okay, who have we got? So we've got Gossman. He's a vomiter. He likes fixing things. He's very slow moving. Fairly good at digging and quite creative. That might be alright. Rancher and strength. I have yet to use ranching skill. I don't know how it works, but I'm going to figure it out at some point. He's also a vomiter, and he's an ugly crier over here, so I think maybe loud sleeper is a bit of a problem. Unconstructive means that they... What are they going to do? They're just going to run around moving things. That's not really that useful. I'm going to take the nails over here, and I am going to name him after another ex-cat. I'm just trying to remember which cat I'm up to. Oh! Didn't realise there was a randomised button. Okay, let's go for Pippin, which was a childhood cat, and also possibly my favourite of all of the hobbits. Or is that Merry? Good thing about making a new duplicant is that it makes everyone a little bit happier, because who doesn't like having extra friends? I mean, you know, why wouldn't you want that? So now we've got an extra person to feed, and we need to give them a bed, but in theory it's early enough in the game so that that's not going to accidentally put us on a terrible spiral of awfulness. Now, it was a loud sleeper, weren't they? Can't remember. We'll have to wait and see. When they go to sleep, if they are loud sleepers, there's a little graphic which you'll see it, and it'll make it all make sense to you. Now I've just noticed that as I decided randomly earlier to dig these out without really thinking about what I was doing, the sand's all fallen down, because sand falls down when it's not supported. And as a result of that, no one can now reach their bedrooms. So that's the sort of thing, if you don't pay attention to, can really mess you up. So I'm going to have to just make these two tiles very, very high priority so that everyone can actually get to their beds. Okay, how is the spread of oxygen going? Oh, that's getting good. Yeah, that's getting good. Still haven't finished this. That's annoying. I really just want someone to go down there and do that. So let's just force the issue with, yet again, a little bit more 8-part priorities. Good. Bedrooms are back open again. Nobody's built this bed yet. That also needs to be built pretty darn quick. So we will set that to a 7. Go, make a bed. Still got half a day. You're alright. Okay, that's finished. So that means we can now turn that to polluted water only. So I just want them to put polluted water in there. And I want them to get the polluted water fairly quickish. So I'm going to say, if you see polluted water, go and deal with it. Not at the expense of anything else really high priority, but go and deal with it. No one wants polluted water. Oh, this is... I really didn't think this through. Really didn't think this through at all. No, it's getting near night time and no one can go to bed. Hey, wee. So we need to probably get rid of those things. Don't put them down there. Broken the composter. I've caused a problem with the bedroom. Oh, this is exactly why I love this game. Just take your eye off it for a second and suddenly you've invented all sorts of things which, if you don't deal with them straight away, will destroy your fun. We have got rid of that, so that's great. So we can do that, and that, and this. And this. And this. Right, what's going to happen when they go through this wall, all of this nasty carbon dioxide is going to sink. I'm going to go down here. In theory, it should spill over down here and end up in here. That's the theory. So, just to make life easier, I'm going to make a nice big hole for this carbon dioxide, and I'm going to collect some of this algae as well at the same time while I'm doing it. And how are we doing here? Good. All of the nasty wee has been collected and got rid of. There is a lot of junk all over the floor. We really should deal with all of that, but it's a question of time and effort. Now, I mean, things have gone wrong when your lead scientist ends up standing in the hamster wheel trying to charge the batteries. Now, if we just have a look at the power overlay, it'll tell you what's going on. So this generates 400 of electricity. It's totally out of power again. This, 240, 360, and so when you have this and this and this running, you don't have enough electricity. End of story. So, what that means is, it's coming around to night time again. This is the end of cycle 8. Everyone's going to go to sleep. We are going to have a bit of a problem unless we can solve our power issue. So, we possibly need a bigger battery and maybe a second generator, just so we can keep that battery charged. What was the other thing I said I wanted to do? I wanted to make a little room for them to all hang out in, but I don't actually think I've built any of the things that they need yet to hang out with. Like, it would be good to get a jobs board going, because I've done a little bit of research and jobs are handy. And it would be awesome if we could get some tables going. But there you go. How far are we through on the old research? Let's just double check this. 4 out of 20. So he's got to do 16 more bits of work. Oh, there you go. This is what a loud sleeper does. Anybody sleeping in the snore zone is going to have a disturbed night's sleep, which is going to annoy them. And basically, the more annoyed everyone is, the more stressed they get, and when they get to 100% stressed, that's when all of the badness happens. All of the stress, vomit, ugly crying, destructiveness, and the binge eating. That's when it all kicks off and goes awful. Nobody wants any of those results. So the best thing to do is just to try and avoid the whole situation by keeping everyone calm. Back at the very beginning of the game, when I first had this, the only real way to deal with people's stress, and the only thing which really stressed them out, was an ugly environment. Now there's an ugly environment overlay here, decor overlay. So as you can see, everywhere is horrible. And that used to make people go absolutely mad. So you'd have to build paintings and sculptures, and just your base ended up absolutely plastered with paintings and sculptures. That's probably what's going to happen this time as well, but not for a while, and not until we need it to. I would like them to just come and pick up these things. Can't seem to prioritise sweeping. Right, charging. We need more power. We need a better battery. Batteries are very, very hot. Oh! I have a plan. I'm going to stick a battery down here. Like that. Because if it's going to be a bit messy and horrible, we might as well have it messy and horrible in the room, which is going to be full of carbon dioxide very soon. Because no one's going to go there anyway. That's the plan. much can this store? Not sure. Right, how much food have we got? Back up to 8. Okay, he's picking up all these things. Good, because ideally we would like to have no rubbish lying around down there. Just a lot of rubbish all over my entire base, and this is not an ideal place to sleep. We are going to fix all of this, but it's just a question of working out which is the best method to do it in. This might sort of feel slightly chaotic, but please remember, I never claimed to be any good at these games. I just enjoy playing them. So, you know, if you want to watch somebody playing this and getting everything exactly right all the time, I would suggest that you maybe take a trip to the developer's website, find out the developer's name, see if he's recorded himself playing it, and watch him. If you would rather flail around and struggle like I'm doing and generally get confused, then, you know, you're in the right place. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, because I am enjoying this. It's a good laugh. Right. There's too many jobs. I've queued up too many jobs, and that's why nobody is finishing any of the jobs. There's too much power being used, and that's also my fault. So let's build a second one of these. Where can I put it? See, he's not actually producing enough power to charge the batteries at all. All the power that he is making is being consumed. Making food, operating that. Now his guy's run off, Wednesday's run off, which means Danny will finally be able to get some charge into that. Except he won't, because that means this will start working. Still, that's a nice colour. There's plus sides. Do you need to get this sorted out though? Right, okay. Might need to do something a bit drastic. Okay, we've got enough food for 2 days. Let's wait for this mush bar to be finished. Done. Turn that off. Okay. So now, by turning that off, we don't use 240 units of power anymore. So we're now using 240, 300. Okay, so all the while he's doing that, this is filling up, which is good. That works. Okay, good. So let's get this thing down here built. These wires. Okay, this battery. Get that done, because it stores more and it's more efficient. And then I'm going to delete these 2 batteries and put another one of these wheels in here. I'm just going to do that because everyone likes having a bit more space. No one likes being cramped up on a hamster wheel. I mean, I'm guessing. I'm assuming it's probably are. I mean, you know, it's a diverse world out there. There's bound to be somebody who enjoys being cooped up on a hamster wheel. It's not me. It's probably none of these guys. I mean, Danny's probably having a horrible time right now. I mean, to be honest, let's be completely frank about this. They're probably all having a horrible time right now. But that's okay, because I've got a mug of tea. Warm liquid. Right. Well, there we go. Cub reminder, everyone. Gonna have to try and find a way of editing that out. Okay, back to the game. Let's not worry about tiny little messages appearing on my computer. As I said, I will try and put a message over the top of that so that nobody's data is given away by mistake for free. Right, that's getting good. We're nearly there now. This will fix my problem as long as I can get somebody to actually come down here and do it. What's everyone doing? Why are you all on the toilet? Yay! Right, ventilation tiles as well. Things are about to get good. Right, I'm going to take a bit of a pause now from doing any more research because once again it's another 60 units of power being used, but also on top of the 60 units of power it's another person working. So I think what we're going to do is, and I need to put in an end of this episode as well, that's coming up soon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave him out, not working on the research. That's going to give them a little bit more time and opportunity to get some of these other jobs which I've queued up, because I've got far too many jobs queued up at the moment. That's why it's not really working. I don't have the manpower. I got into a little bit of a kind of a vicious cycle there where there wasn't enough electricity to do everything that needed to be done, which meant somebody had to be always here, somebody had to always be there, and somebody had to always be there, and nothing was really working. As you can see, things are now, you know, we've got people running around remembering to wash their hands and all sorts of stuff. So I think tomorrow is going to be a much better day for the duplicants. They're going to get some of this work list will get sorted out, and hopefully by the end of cycle 10 I will get back to a place where I can start doing some research and start pushing the game forward again, because really what I would like to do is to get proper showers installed at some point, but I think I'm a few days away from that because there's research to do and we don't have anywhere near enough power at the moment. So maybe the best thing I can try and do is to sort out a kind of a lunch room so they can have a bit of a sit down and a nice place to eat. That would be a good thing. Got to get this power thing sorted out. We're going to do it all. It's going to be fine. No one's died yet. We're not starving. We've still got enough air. It's all mainly good. It's just not a very nice place to live. Now what are you doing down here? What's your problem? Go to bed. Yeah. Anyway, while these late finishers who've spent all the entire night, half the night on the toilet and washing their hands, get to bed, I'm going to call this one a day, and we're going to finish that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, I know it's been a bit shambolic in places. Feel free to hit me on the like button, and if you really enjoyed it and would like me to carry on, then hit subscribe. And also, as ever, feel free to leave a comment telling me exactly what I did wrong and how I could have done it better in the game. That's always welcome. Advice is always good. Thanks for watching. I've been Scruffy Joe, and I will see you again for episode 4 of Oxygen Not Included, coming to you very soon. Thank you.